All right, so it's day 6, I think it is, on the Camino. I've got what will be the bullpens for the encierros next week here in Estella behind me, and I'm heading out to explore some of the town's Catholic and religious history. There's a lot of churches, a couple of monasteries, so it's going to be a really interesting day. As is typical me on these adventures, I got up early in the morning before anything was open, so I had a lot of time with the streets to myself. My first stop was the Iglesia de San Pedro de la Rua. This iglesia serves the former San Martin borough of Estella. Like many medieval towns, Estella was divided amongst its boroughs before it became a unified city. Some enjoyed certain privileges, others enjoyed rural protections. It just depended on where you lived as to what rights and privileges you had. This iglesia was situated right next to the royal palace, even though there's no record of the royals ever having stayed there. Unfortunately, it was too dark inside to get any videos, but it was a stunning view. And the cloister, while small, had a beautiful garden and a wonderful view of the iglesia's tower. It's not hard to see why nuns and priests would come back here to pray and contemplate their faith. Like Pamplona, Estella was built along the river to provide sustenance and trade. It was also a strategic decision, as the river provided opportunities to emplace watchtowers and defensive positions. And, like in Pamplona, the churches themselves served such a role. This is the Iglesia de San Miguel, named after the Archangel Michael, the leader of God's armies against Satan in the war in heaven. It was an appropriate name, I thought, because of the overwatch it provided to the surrounding countryside, as well as the other boroughs like San Martin. Even though the borough themselves were involved in intracity conflict, they also had to unite against invading armies, like the Castilians, the Aragonese, and even the Spanish army during the Carlist Wars. Now that the patron saint day had passed, the medieval market opened up in the main square. They had everything, from herbs that claimed to cure diabetes, to licorice stands, even a traveling jester's court. And keeping a watchful eye over it all was the whole reason I was there, the Iglesia de San Juan Bautista. So yesterday was the Feast of St. James, so even though everything was open, it was a lot quieter because a lot of shops were closed and churches and whatnot were having special masses. Today, the alleyways are full of people and they're very crowded. I capped off my walkabout town at the Basilica de la Virgen del Puy. This iglesia sits high on a hill above town. Even though it was difficult to get to, it was beautiful on the outside, simple on the inside, and provided amazing views of the surrounding countryside. I really enjoyed the simplicity of the basilica's interior. To me, that just means they're more into the Mass and the message than they are the Catholic doctrine, lore, and symbolism. And I consider that a good thing. I've been walking around for 4 hours now. My bad knee's really hurting. I need to sit down because it's not on where my brace is, it's somewhere else, so I gotta get that sorted.